this is Debrah Gatz, medical intuitive and energy healer. The following is an excerpt from a masterclass from the Inner Sanctuary, our online community that was recorded in early June 2024. June brought with it change and possible feelings of anxiety and overwhelm. In this video, I provide information on why this is happening, as well as 3 major tips to manage overwhelm during this time where it seems as if we are in a holding pattern. So enjoy, and be sure to subscribe to this channel and check out our private community, the Inner Sanctuary, at debrahgatz.com.
First of all, how many of you are experiencing a lot of change? And when we stop and think about these things, look what's happening within our bodies. Not only are we experiencing change on the exterior, which can be very tumultuous, our bodies are changing from carbon-based to crystalline. And so we're going to have these weird things, weird aches and pains, headaches, skin breakouts, bladder. There's a rash of bladder infections of so many people that I know, foot pain. So I guess the best thing to do is roll with it, stay centered. That's really the key, and know that whatever is happening for you is really for your good. That everything that comes our way, the universe works for us, not against us, especially I think when we're on these paths with this beautiful intention every day. Yeah, what do we do in those moments, you guys, when you know that the end, we have endings all the time. What do you do in that limbo space before the new presents itself? It's the mystery of the unknown, and to be inside. And maybe this is the time to get to know thyself, which is kind of the theme of the subjects I was going to be bringing up, because I was just finished up a whole lot of private sessions from a show that I was on in January, because I was working diligently to finish like over 100 sessions. And now that that's over and everybody's graduated from the medical intuitive mentoring program, I had to sit with myself and ask myself the very same things. Now what? Who am I now that I have the freedom, I have the time? And I kept hearing, know thyself. So I had to ask myself, how do I know myself? You can only do that by going inside and spending the time. And how do you love yourself as you know yourself? Maybe we'll spend some time later going in finding that inner child and wake that inner child up again. The one that you forgot, the one that's been covered up with the shoulds and the have-tos your whole life, with work, school, have to succeed, have to get A's on your report card, have to get the bonus, have to get the promotion. But now, if you don't have any of that, now is your time to go in and say, who am I? Who am I really? So this quiet time, maybe in between the next passionate thing that comes along, is meant for you really to, what do I want? What will bring me the greatest joy? What's going to bubble up inside of me that maybe I've buried all these years? What does my heart want? Because when I think of the past, it was fulfilling and it was okay, and I did well. But this is something different, and it can only come from inside. So know thyself. It's going to be the theme, I think, here. We've been talking about holding patterns, and what I saw, we've been in the 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, and popping up into the 5th dimension. And right now, all of us, all of you, me included, who don't feel that there's much happening right now, and we're so used to that happening right now, we're kind of in this capsule. We're like in this capsule in between the 4th and 5th dimension. And it's like, hold it, wait, hold it. And so it's the human decent part of us that gets uncomfortable with it, because we're used to pushing, doing, achieving, being busy. And that's not what we're doing right now. So enjoy this. I think I wrote in my notes here even to lean into this time, because it's happening. If we resist it, then we're just going to feel more uncomfortable. But as we can lean into it and say, oh, this is something unique and different. I wonder what this is going to show me. Be curious. Don't ask the question, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Lean into the I don't know. Because there's wonder in that. And there's a joy that can come up from within if we just are there, right? Not pushing, not scheming, not having to do. Make sense? So be in the capsule. Because we feel so singular and we're always in our own heads and our own bodies and thinking we're alone in it. No, it's happening to everybody right now. We're not singular. We're part of a collective. We are collective beings. So that brings some comfort too, right? Through these times, we can feel, it can be very scary. We can feel alone. And nothing seems to make sense. And we're waiting for the world to become right again. Maybe this is the new right. The not knowing. Isn't this maybe what, the psyche freaks out when this happens, but you don't. I want to make this point that you don't. The real you, the trueness of you, the inner child. I have to tell you an experience that I had this past week. I was listening to something and somebody was talking about their inner child, and it's like, oh, inner child work again? Oh, that's new and exciting, right? But then I stopped that judgment of it and I did it myself. I went inside and I wanted to find this inner child that maybe needs me. And I remember years ago when I tuned into this inner child, she was like kind of mad at me. And it's like, what? And she goes, well, oh, now you want to talk? Like, where have you been? But this time I found her in a different state. She was like happy, joyful, loving the not knowing. She wants to finger paint. She is totally healed. There's no past. And she was telling me, she goes, you're the one who's hanging on to all this stuff. You're the one who talks about your trauma. She goes, I don't have a past. I'm done. Can you do that with me? So is there that being also inside of you who's neutral, who is just excited about being, who's just in the now? Now, there is no past, because we've been talking about healing and doing our healing work, which is wonderful, necessary. But that, whether you want to call it the inner child or your higher self, there is no past. There is no trauma from the past. There's only now. And even when I just said now, it's gone now. So I think all of these experiences that we're talking about are really pulling us into now. Let go of the needing to heal, needing to do. What am I supposed to? There is no supposed to. There's an enjoyment and observation of life itself. Can we really detach, let our egos just kind of be and rest for a while? Pull up that consciousness from within you that is just here. Talk about passion. That piece and part of you is passionate about breathing air, about looking at a sunrise, about the wonder of, oh my God, isn't that interesting that my fingers were peeling this week? See, there's just an observance of it, not a worry about it. Everything just is. And there's also this tremendous depth of love that totally accepts you for everything you've ever said, done, experienced, judged yourself for. It's like neutral. It's like, I don't know what you're talking. When you talk about something, maybe your shame or your guilt, it's going to say back to, I don't know what you're talking about. Right? That's the real you. We all say that we're pieces and parts of God, right? We're God beings. You find that part of you. Can only be found within, because we have to stop searching for love in all the wrong places. Stop searching for the answers outside of us, because everything, there's this fulfillment in this power, in this excitement for just being in the now. And then you ask, okay, when you wake up every day, what do I want to do? Oh, I want to finger paint today. Okay, well, I'll go find some finger paints then. Or I just want to walk on the beach, or I just want to be today. I just don't want to, I'm going to let's just turn off our phones today. Maybe that's what that inner self wants of you right now. Even through our grief, loss, your crashed chimneys, your crowns, just everything repairing itself. Maybe it's all just a renewal. Find those types of methods and techniques for yourself that help you wash away, wipe away the things that you've been holding on to from your past, from the present, the guilt, the shame. It doesn't exist in the eyes of God. So why are you holding it? You have the eyes of God within you. So remember that, because this is what the ascension is all about, right? That's why we're here doing all this. This is why we do the work, so we can come clean, get to know the God self inside, the one who will produce that passion when time is right. You know what, everybody, this is what we came to experience. We wanted to do this. We chose that.
signed up
We
for this.
thought the contrast would be so fun to play in, right? And now we're in it. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm this spiritual being and I have to go fix my roof. Wait, I'm this spiritual being and now I have this imperfect body and I have to get my teeth drilled. You know, so where's the enjoyment of it? And again, it's the separation, it's the observance, it's the surrendering. And those are such new age words that we've been dealing with and looking at, but let's make them now our realities. We've futzed around enough, right? We played around with getting rid of our trauma. We played around with healing our physical bodies. And so let's make decisions now that we're going to live in the now moment, because in the now moment, if there is no trauma, if there's nothing to deal with, nothing emotional, then won't your body be clear too? If your mind is clear, your body's clear. So the more that we can do the surrender, the more you're going to heal emotionally, and the more your body is going to follow suit then and also clear itself automatically.